Hi guys, welcome to the video. So today we'll take a look at the last build order for the economy strategy, and that will be with the Fallen faction. Once again, of course, demonstrating it on the Dark Side Forest map against hard AI, just to show you the basic build order. And this is actually the only faction that can kind of pull this off safely, even on a smaller map like Dark Side Forest. So I would definitely recommend you to watch this. It can give you some insight on this and also prepare you for a situation if your enemy tries to pull this off. It's a little bit different than with the other factions. Of course, you have different villagers, let's say, with this faction. But the main difference is that we are going to start with one harvester. Of course, sends everything here, and not 5 or something like that we were doing with peasants and minions. So you just make one harvester, send of course the 3 starting ones to gold, and then you go immediately with your summoner to the position of your expansion. And you just wait for 400 gold, and then you make the expansion. Also, after you make the expansion, you want to produce more harvesters, but you also want to make Deformer as soon as possible. So this is really tricky. You kinda need to find balance between it. There are 2 options. You can of course just wait and make the Deformer immediately, or you can go into control form, make the harvester and then leave it and go make a Deformer. I actually prefer to make the Deformer immediately, because then we can get to hives a little bit sooner. You'll have a little bit less resources, so you don't need to kinda experiment with this, but I will try to make the Deformer immediately here. You are making everything in the expansion, which is quite a decent advantage, but you are leaving your main base really exposed, so that's actually a disadvantage. So once again, everything is kinda balanced. Once you finish this, you want to start making the harvesters, as I said. And once the Deformer is finished, you of course want to make a hive and control form again. So as you can see, this goes really well. The resources are exactly there for you to build this. And you want to make the hive, kinda leaving a small space there below it, so you can fit a tower there. So let's do it like this. You of course keep producing more harvesters, and you also want to send at least this harvester to wood, because you will need a ton of wood really soon. Of course you will produce another summoner, another harvester. And once we have 6 of them, we'll actually make a summoner. Right now you of course need to kind of build a hive, so this is going to be finished really soon. Once we produce this harvester, we need to make the summoner and send him to the expansion and build a tower there. You can also build it with this, but then you will lose the population, so kinda need to figure out which summoner will be best for this. I personally prefer to use the new one. Of course, this was not the best position to place my control form, so I'll probably need to delete it anyways. But the main thing is that we will need... Yeah, he's actually attacking me with Hive Stingers, which is of course really quick. Now I will make a Hive Stinger and this, and I will remove the control form. Hopefully this is not too fast for you, but I need to do this real quickly. Yeah, he just ran away. It's an AI, so we don't need to worry about him anymore. Yeah, but keep producing more harvesters, of course. You don't actually need to go this with this summoner. Go here with this summoner. Doesn't really matter, but you can make the second lightning strike here, lightning spire, or you can just make him make it in your main town. Sorry. So you have one tower in each of them. It really depends on the map layout and what enemy is there. He probably wouldn't find me this quick if it was a real player, so it really depends. You can just build 2 immediately here, or make another one at your home. Also maybe I will just destroy this form now, because I have the new one, so I still have population, and I can just move back and make it here. Definitely was not necessary to go there with the second summoner. You can just do everything with the one that you have from the beginning, because you get new population from the Dark Fortress, and then you can use the new summoner in your main town to get something done here. So not the best demonstration, but the main thing is that you make one harvester in the beginning, go for immediate Dark Fortress, also make a Deformer immediately, then Control Form, one Harvester, then Hive, and then you somehow make the towers. As I said, it would be better to just stay with your second summoner in your main town. It will be more effective, but both is playable. Right now I will probably wait for this to finish, then I will remove the Control Form once again. Right here I will make a second Hive, protecting my Lightning Spires, of course, and we can also make an incubator. Even here doesn't really matter. Then I will push my summoner here, so I can create a Control Form in this gap and kinda close the entry path to my Lightning Spire. You always want to use your summoners and Control Forms to block paths to your buildings. That's the most important thing, especially towers, so they don't destroy them. So let's make one more Harvester, and I will just bring him to my expansion at this point. We want to keep producing units. You don't want to wait with that, otherwise they will just rush you. We can make the Hive here. And I could make a Soul Trap, but to be honest I don't really care about it now. I just want to spam more units, and we can just kill him with Hive Stingers and Hive Spitters, especially when he's a Fallen as well. But really depends, you kinda need to scout a little bit. It shouldn't be hard with Hive Stingers, so you want to kinda know where he is, what he's doing, what strategy he's making, but once again, against AI, it doesn't matter at all. So let's actually bring him here. Here I will have the incubator, so I can just get some extra easy resources. I probably don't need more gems now. Let's just keep producing more Hive Stingers, and then I will want one more summoner. Let's actually do it like this. So this one's going to wood. And now we just need 2 more harvesters on gold. One is already coming, second one will be made here. We can make some. And now I don't have the population, as I was saying before. So we can at least spend this time for some upgrades. And we can also maybe use this for making another tower. Even though it won't be protected too well, we still have one more tower. We can also make another one at our home. And another summoner. I mean, I will just use him here. I'm starting to produce some Hive Spitters, and we can make actually one more summoner in this town. Now we should be kinda protected. Of course, there are 2 not too well protected towers. This one a little bit with these Control Forms. This one is really open, but I still have some units. So with my army I should be able to always defend both of the towns, unless he has catapults or something, but you don't wanna let him get to that, of course. We can make a wild cocoon, maybe another hive, and of course more towers once we get the wood for that, so we can just make another harvester as well for wood. Once we stop building the towers it will be kinda pointless, but it will probably still take some time. Now I have Hive Spitters as well, so I'm fine. Let's make one more tower here. I probably don't even need tower here, but let's bring the Control Form to that town, so we have a little bit more protection there for the towers. So I really point, of course, on my Hive Spitter, so it moves my army. Let's make some super groups, maybe even group number 3. And we can just keep producing more Hive Spitters. I have another hive really soon. We can spend some extra gold when we don't have wood on some extra upgrades. Now I don't have population. Yeah, this is kinda annoying. You probably won't have too much population with Fallen, because the Control Forms give really little amount. It costs lots of wood to make the summoner, so this might be a problem. With the other factions, for example with the Empire, the main problem was that I had a ton of gold and I was actually not really able to spend it too effectively. Of course I was not focusing on the game too much since I was commentating it, but even with that it was still a problem a little bit to spend the gold effectively. The main problem with Fallen will be probably the fact that you will have population problems all the time. So you will just need a little bit more harvesters on wood. Right now I have 3 of them there. Usually I go with 1. I will always tell you that 2 is an option, but 3 is really an overkill usually. But with this strategy you can definitely go for 3 or even 4. For really, so we have really enough of wood, and you don't need to worry about that. Right now I don't need another building. I could make another hive somewhere. Maybe we can actually make a Deformer. I have some unholy ground here in case I need some healing. Then we can just kinda return here. And we should be fine. So let's keep moving. I should have much larger army than he does because of all the extra resources, and I'm also making some flying units really soon, so then we will also have a really quick way of scouting the map. I actually don't know where he is, so let's wait for at least 1 hive guard so I can kinda explore the map. And once again we need some extra population. Probably want some upgrades. But this is also for hive guards, so it's better for me right now since I'm making multiple different units. He's making Chamber of the Avengers, so I definitely don't want to let him make Avengers. He probably already has an expansion, so let's also destroy that really quickly. He has towers, but he won't be able to do anything with them. And I mean, I also can start with some Avengers. So let's make like 3 vengeance halls. They're not gonna produce more units for a while, so I'm gonna save up enough resources to make 3 Avengers at once. Yeah, this is kinda annoying. Fallen usually builds Lightning Spires there in their expansions. That's usually not the case with other towers for other races, for AI. Of course, real player would also have towers here, but yeah, the AI is not even with his army here because he knows that he would lose in a fight, so he doesn't even come. Once again, this is not to show you a realistic gameplay, just to kinda show you how the build order works and how you can execute it. It's still a little bit chaotic. It's not exactly how I wrote it, let's say, in the Excel file. Even though you will have the exact build order that I did in this video, you will have it in the description of this video and every other build order video, so you can definitely go watch that or read that. But outside of that, after we finish these basic build orders, I will give you real demonstrations from actual PvP games, where you will see exactly how it's played and you will see how it works. Yeah, so maybe I won't push this actually. I also need to make the Chamber of the Avenger. Yeah, we had basically the same amount of units, let's say, but he has the towers there. So I'm not gonna be able to push this now, but I will still try to kill his units at least, because he will come with his Avengers really soon, so I don't want to have him, let him have, let's say, ton of units and Avengers together. So I will at least kill the units now, and then we can come back with our Avengers and actually finish him. We can also start making some spitters. They are always good to combine them with the Avengers. Actually, I was able to maybe kill him, but he still has towers, which I should be able to destroy. I mean, I have ton of upgrades on my units, yeah, 1 attack and 2 armor, which is really good. So that definitely gave me an edge in the fight. He's probably making an Avenger in this building, in this Vengeance Hall. So I will try to destroy it, but he'll probably finish it in time. However, that should not be a problem. There is 1 Hive Stinger, so let's one-shot him. Get back to destroying the Vengeance Hall. 1 more Hive Stinger. Maybe I will finish it in time. Yeah, okay, so this is GG. it was a little bit closer, let's say, than with the other factions, because I kinda attacked a little bit sooner, because with fallen army or with fallen faction you still need to kinda be sure, let's say, that you do something. Yeah, if you make a big army with Empire or Beast, you will usually be fine. With Fallen, the starting units are not that strong. They can be quite easily countered, so you either need to make flying units or Avengers or something just. So that's why it's a little bit closer. But right now, when I'm attacking here with these remnants of my army, I'm still producing huge amounts of units and finally getting to the Avengers, so we'll be really soon really fine and we don't need to worry about this anymore. Yeah, but even with this starting army I would be able to kill him because I have flying units and he doesn't have any answer to that. He's not gonna upgrade his Deformers, of course. I'm not gonna let him build a tower. Actually, maybe this is gonna be building faster than I can destroy it. Yeah, yes, okay, he's producing Hive Spitters, so maybe he would actually repel this eventually, but we already have a new army in his town, and now let's just make sure we don't run out of population again. Also make some more upgrades for our Hive Spitters. And the Hive Guard is actually doing pretty decently here. Well, let's not let him make the tower. Also, let's kill some summoners so he's not producing or trying to build so many towers all the time. Avengers are already coming. 3 of them are being produced at the same time. Gonna make some upgrades. More Hive Spitters. Some control forms. This is the Deformer, so we don't need to worry about that. Even though I want to destroy it. Yeah, but once we get the Avengers here, everything will fall really quickly. To be honest, in these build order videos I wouldn't even need to finish the games. It's always about the first 5 minutes of the game, let's say, where I show you how to start the build order. Everything after that is just an improvisation, and those are still just games against computer. Not even very hard AI, so it's not really something that would bring you some knowledge or anything, but I mean, I started the games, they are quick anyways, so let's just finish them. It's not a big deal. And maybe you will see something that will help you in some of your games. Yeah, but as I said, Fallen is definitely the best for the economy strategy. The main reason for that, actually didn't say it yet, I think, is that you don't need to have a peasant or minion there building the building. You just kind of click there with your summoner and then you can just go away and the building will be still finishing even if you are not there, which is really a huge advantage, because if they rush you with any other faction, if you are an Empire for example building a tower or something, they will just kill the peasant and the tower will never finish. Yeah, or a barracks or the town hall, doesn't really matter. Here they cannot really do anything. They would need to actually destroy all the buildings, and if you are building two towers at the same time and you also have a hive there producing new hive stingers and you can also fight with your villagers, they cannot really afford to shoot the tower or hit it with their swordsman or something that they have there trying to rush you with. They cannot just hit it and take all the damage. They would lose all of their units, and you can just keep producing more towers. So eventually you will probably finish at least one of the towers, and then it's just pretty easy to defend with a tower, of course. They will need to transition to more advanced units, trolls or catapults, and at that point you should have such a huge resource advantage that you should be able to win that. Yeah, but still it's pretty risky on a small map like this to try it in a 1v1. So once again, I would still recommend it at least in a 2v2 on a little bit bigger map, or even in a 1v1, but just on a bigger map. And then of course just in a team play, where you don't even need to usually worry about towers unless you are in the front, and then it's probably just better for your allies to do the economic strategy in the back, and you play a little bit more safe in the front. So let's just take a look on the results really quickly. Yeah, a little bit worse ratio than with the other races, but still really easy, and the main thing is right here. Basically twice the amount of resources, 3 times more gems, let's say. So definitely really effective in this sense. So this covers the economy strategies, all 3 of them, and next time we will probably cover the rush strategies, and then we also have the defense strategies. So we'll quickly finish this. It's 6 more videos, and after that we'll finally get to some real demonstration in PvP games, where of course there will be slight variations. Most of the games will be played with the balanced strategies, but I will mainly just show you replays against really good players in 1v1s and 2v2s, and I'm gonna try to commentate on everything that was happening there. So that's something you can expect after we finish these basic build orders. So yeah, thanks for watching and take care, guys.